Those wildfires we've been showing you all week, burning across Saskatchewan, Alberta, Nova Scotia, British Columbia, they're creating toxic smoke, and a lot of it. Throughout most of the day yesterday, in fact, Calgary's air quality health index was at 10 plus. That's the highest possible rating Environment Canada can issue. Air quality advisories stretch all the way from Manitoba to BC. Experts are warning people, limit your time outdoors because of what's in this smoke. For a closer look at what the coming weeks could bring us, we're joined by Dave Phillips, senior climatologist at Environment Canada and Climate Change Canada. Good morning.
Good morning, Anne-Marie.
I first want to share with everyone this map that shows you the wildfires that are currently burning across North America. This feels like it's very early in the season to have this many. And people are wondering, what do the next weeks and months ahead look like?
Well, Anne-Marie, for Alberta, May is often the very critical time for wildfires to break out. It's what we call that spring dip. It's that period between the melting of the snow and the greening up of the forest. And if that period is long, then it's very it's very concerning because it gives more chance for forest fires, wildfires, bushfires to break out. And certainly that is what we've seen this year. We had a very cool beginning to spring. Precipitation has been very well down across since last summer. So there were a lot of water deficits. The forest was very dry. And then that period from the snow melted to the green up, well, it's been very long, and so there's more of a chance for these fires to break out. So we've seen some of the major fires in Alberta have been really beginning in May and have taken hold in May. It comes later in other areas. For example, British Columbia tends to be more July and August. We see in the east also it tends to be more in the summer kind of situation. But Anne-Marie, what we're seeing now is almost the dress rehearsal or the dry run for what we're going to see, I think, a lot of this summer. Our models are forecast for June, July, August, the summer period. The warm season in Canada is showing warm from coast to coast to coast. The entire country is looking like red on the maps, showing a much warmer than normal. And also, when you have such warm temperatures, you need more precipitation. Right. And instead of that, we're seeing drier than normal conditions. So it's almost the perfect recipe for creating wildfires. Now, there's a couple of other issues: lightning, winds, the humidity levels. Those are all factors in terms of the breaking out of the situation. Very volatile situation, and I would think that forest firefighters from one coast to the other and even into the Arctic are concerned by what this season could bring.
Dave, when I look at that map, experts such as yourself have taught us that smoke in one region travels. But when you have smoke, it looks like going from coast to coast. How far does it travel? What happens with that toxic smoke?
Well, sometimes, Anne-Marie, it's not just what's happening in your backyard. It is our fires elsewhere. I remember last year or a couple of years ago in Alberta, they had no fires, but they had one of the worst smoke seasons on record because of fires in California, Oregon, Washington, and of course in British Columbia. So the smoke gets from the fires, it rises, it's hot, it gets into the atmosphere, and then it follows the upper winds. And we're seeing fires, we're seeing the evidence here in Eastern Canada of brilliant sunrises and sunsets. Again, we're not smelling and tasting and feeling the smoke from Alberta fires, but we're seeing certainly the optic effects of it. And it's even over into Europe. And the Americans are saying they're seeing foul air because of fires in Alberta. So it's not a local thing. Fires may be local, but the effects can often be well downwind. And again, it depends upon the strength of the winds. We're seeing, for example, there are really no fires in Manitoba, but the smoke from Alberta fires and Saskatchewan fires is getting caught up, and then they come over, and then because of the high pressure, that smoke is brought down to the surface, and it's fumigating areas like Winnipeg and Regina and many parts of Western Canada. So it is certainly something that it may be a local cause, but in fact it has global effects.
Yeah, and we are seeing some of that daily. David, thanks for being here this morning and for your warning about what we're going to be seeing in the months ahead.
Okay, Anne-Marie, bye-bye now.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.